Welcome to my second video about Tesla FSD beta. Now, the one you're seeing in this video is FSD beta version 8.1, build 2020.48.35.7. Now, FSD beta is exactly that. It is a beta test of the full self-driving system. Now, it is not full self-driving yet, and it will make mistakes, and that is why we're testing it. And you'll notice that even if FSD might have done a maneuver correctly, I will interrupt it if I feel uncomfortable with the maneuver, especially if there's other cars around. You'll know I interrupted it because there'll be on the screen that'll show a blue steering wheel. So when it's blue, that means the car is controlling the steering. When it's gray, I'm controlling the steering, and it'll make a sound when it switches between those two modes. I had to use my phone camera for this one. My previous video was a little bit fancier, but to do that, it took way too long to get the video out. So I'm using my phone camera for this one here. And you'll notice that I turned my heat on at about the 4-minute mark, so it's making all kinds of background noise there. So that's going to go for a while in the video, but you can still hear what I'm saying, so I left it in there. I do ramble a lot, so that's the thing you got to deal with. And also, I talk a little bit about cold weather driving at the 11-minute mark. So you'll see that. Also, at about the 13-minute mark, autopilot just gave up. There was too much snow covering the cameras, so it just couldn't function. There's no way to clean the cameras while you're driving it. Other than that, please subscribe, like, and comment, especially if you have tips on how to do this process faster. Thanks. On to the video.
Alright, so last time it snowed, I didn't get a chance to record it. It was in the middle of the snowstorm and everything was white. So I was trying to test full self-driving, and well, if everything's white, it's very difficult for the car to tell if it's road or not road. It's difficult for us too, obviously though, but we can see, I think, the dimensions of the place better. Anyway, we're gonna try it out, see how bad it goes, or how good it goes. So there's a big dirty snow pile over there. And nope, get too close to me. I took over, obviously. This is all bad. No, it's too close for me. Nope. So, it's pretty rough. It's not built for snow, it's not built for rain. It needs the cameras to see. So, neither of these weather conditions are going to be good for it. I'm going to let these cars go around me because I'm going to be doing this thing and it's going to be a problem for all of them. Went that way, really hard. So, since it can't see any lines, it's just kind of sticking to the middle of the road. It's definitely going too fast for the snow. And like I said, full self-driving, first thing, it's a beta. So, it's not ready to do driving at all in any weather, but it's absolutely not built for snow or heavy rains. Basically, anything that would block the camera basically blinds it. So, it's just nothing you can do about that. Also, why we're not supposed to drive in the snow. Here we are. Stopped. And also, what I've noticed, it wasn't so bad this time. Accelerating in the snow, it just accelerates like it's dry ground. Yeah. I want to freak those people out. It's already bad enough. Yeah, I'm keeping it at 25. Really wants to stick in the middle of the road. Can't do that, my friend. I can't do that. Let's see, this car helps you to find the middle of the road. So, Teslas have some fantastic traction control. Maybe some of the best in the industry, at least for its compared to other cars. It's too fast. Alright. Really wants that other side of the road. And this is just for play because I know it can't drive in the snow. It's not supposed to be able to drive in the snow. It's just not a thing it will do. Snow driving takes a level of skill that is just not, it's beyond just vision. You need to understand how snow works. By the time AI can understand how snow works, it can pretty much do everything we can do, or better. And we'll have the made full-on Terminator. Hopefully it doesn't try to do that. I don't think it will. That doesn't seem like any point for it to kill us. That middle of the road thing is hilarious. We're definitely going too fast. So what it looks like it was trying to do is trying to follow the tires of other cars, which it's been known to do.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Rounding Road.
So the thing, no, green needs to move.
Now turn left onto Rounding Road.
I don't need that. Turn that off briefly there. So, as I mentioned it before, blue means that the car is handling all the steering. Blue here means that the car is handling the speed. However, I can accelerate the car without turning this off. However, if I touch the steering wheel, move it too much, like so, it shuts off and I gotta take over. So, as long as you see this on, the car is handling the driving. You'll also hear that sound that you heard when it goes on and off. So you guys can't see this, but I can feel the car doing its traction control. Alright. Nope, that's too close. That's not for me. That's pretty much all ice now, so I'm not doing that. 40 miles an hour. Oh, Alright, I am driving now. Alright, now it's back taking over. Okay. No, I got it. We just did some sideways motion there. That was great. So like I said, the acceleration does not take into account snow. So we just skid it out. I let it go. I didn't take over as early just to see how far it would go. And it went pretty far. So I decided to take over. I'm not going to do that here because if I slide sideways, it's going to be a catastrophe. Oh, speaking of which, I need this line. I forgot how loud that must be for you guys. I'm wondering if you heard anything I said. Now that I think about it. I guess I'll see you later. So, full self-driving in the highway. Supposedly this is the same one that is available to anybody. I don't know, because it's definitely a better version than I had. Because there's a great many things that this one does that mine, I shouldn't say a great many. There's a few things that mine didn't do that this one does do properly. For example, in New Jersey we have a lot of these overpasses. And for some reason, on particular overpasses, the car thinks it's something. It doesn't show it on here, but it slows down. It used on mine, on the old version before I had FSD beta, it used to slow down tremendously. So much so I had to take over whenever it did it, or hit on the accelerator so that it went through it. But on this one, I think maybe once it happened in the month, 2 months, 3 months or so I've had this. I actually took a trip to, I drove this car to Texas. I'm in New Jersey. I drove this car to Texas, 30-hour drive. Well, a little less than 30-hour drive. Oh my God. Like, I don't know. I've done long drives in gas cars. I don't know if, I don't, those things are just not good for long. This is the car to do long drives in. I mean, other than the fact it's usually roughly less expensive, it's just so much more pleasant. I think the fact that you have to stop for more than just 5 minutes, because in 5 minutes, or not even 5 minutes, the time it takes to get gas, you can't really stretch out. You know, you got to purposely stop to stretch out. But because this could do, and I think it's cold, right? So I can only get like maybe 200 miles out of my 300 and something miles. Now we're kind of drifting, so I took it off because we're next to this car, and it does not avoid being next to other cars. It just follows the car in front of it. I don't really like that. Rather than try to give itself space in case I have to make a maneuver. Well, give me space in case I have to make a maneuver. Can't make maneuvers. Anyway, so I was driving to Texas, and it was just so beautiful. I mean, so relaxing. And I drove back as well. I drove there. I drove in some torrential rain. It rained so hard. In fact, first thing, all the cameras shut off. Not shut off, but you know, announced. I've never seen this. It said multiple cameras are blocked, and it was easy because it was raining so hard that nobody on the road could see. So I actually came to a full stop on the highway because I could not see more. I couldn't even see the hood of my car anymore. It was raining so hard. It just lasted like a few seconds, but it just came, and it was like from nothing to just a downpour of rain. So like it was a car, like I think one was behind me, he completely slammed on his brakes. His headlights, I couldn't even see, it was nighttime, so his headlights, couldn't even see those anymore. That's how dark it was. That's how heavy the rain was. But for the most part, other than that, maybe 95% of the time the car was doing the driving. So it made it so much more relaxing. See? Yeah, I agree. Now I can't see too well, so I'm gonna take over. As long as there's too many cars on the highway now. It won't even let me turn it back on now. When it lets me turn it on, it'll put a little that steering wheel icon will appear in gray up here. Guy in front of me some more space. Yeah. So they said the snow, so we've already had a nice snowstorm. I was actually in Texas when the snowstorm started and driving back, and I actually decided not to drive into Jersey. I stayed in Virginia for a night for that snowstorm. The state of emergency here and everything. But I knew that this one was supposed to come down really hard and but last like maybe until only a couple hours, a few hours. So maybe till 2 p.m. I think it's supposed to last, something there. Yep. And it won't even let me turn it back on now. I'm thinking that it won't let me turn it on for the rest of the ride, so there's not much to show you then in this video. So I will catch you guys in the next one.